Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Maternity Diary. So, it's been over 5 years since I last saw my father in person. Even though we talk all the time, every day, at least once a day, it's been so long. So, he came to visit briefly, and today we are going to bring you a special edition. It's going to be to know how well he knows me and how well I also know him. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And welcome. Yes, and a lot of you have been asking when my father will come back to the set because of the educational videos that he gives to us. And today it's not going to be an educational video, but in the future we'll get back to that again very soon. So you're welcome, Daddy.
Thank you so much, baby.
Yeah, you can imagine my excitement. Before I went to meet him at the airport, I had planned out what I would do at the airport. I would give my phone to someone to take a video of us meeting, and but the excitement, like when I realized you were coming, I got to the airport, everything was just too real to me, and so I couldn't do all of that. But I'm still very happy that you have come, even though it's just for a few days. It's still better than not seeing you for a very long time. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, so we are going to start today with Daddy telling me about maybe pre-marriage, before you got married, what were your expectations, and how did you arrive at having me as a child, as a baby, because I know very well you didn't have me right after you got married. It took a while before you had me. So if you can give us like that brief summary.
Well, thank you so much, Yaira. I'm so happy and honored to be with you. I plan to carry you shoulder high when I meet you at the airport. And then, while I was waiting for you and saw you coming, I realized that is not the baby that I used to know some years ago. You are my darling baby, and I have loved you so much and continue to still do, because we have a certain closeness that it bonds us so much. I remembered during the pre-marital state, I have just been looking. I am a family person. I love to have a close-knit family, so I've been looking for that particular thing happening, how I'm going to have a child, and so on. And remember that night when your mother was laboring, and I had to go to the hospital. I was just praying that you will come out, and then finally around 10 o'clock in the night, then you started crying. Oh my, I was so excited. I said, so I've become a daddy. And since your childhood, I've been so close, very, very close to you. I've always, most of the time, been the person taking care of you, because your mother had to go to work. I had to bath you, change your diapers, In those days, we didn't even have diapers, so it was napkins.
And they had to wash it.
Had to wash it and feed you, take you to school, come back for you. We were so close, so close, that when that closeness still kept growing, even though you were aging, to the extent that most of the time we slept together in the same bed. And being the firstborn, you have set the pace for all your other, siblings, And I have enjoyed the best of a father, actually, from you, the way you've kept me. I remembered when you completed the university and came back, there was this particular program where they say your best friend or your best whatever. And then you took me to that program that night, and I was honored. I was given an award because you chose me as your best friend. And I felt so honored that particular day. And I'm still looking forward to greater things happening in your life. And one of the greatest things that I'm so excited about, that my first grandchildren. Oh, mine, I love grandchildren. And being the first to give me grandchildren, oh my, I'm so excited. Today, if I'm called a grandpa, it's because of you. And I thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, you mentioned a few things I just want to go over. First of all, my father was my very first best friend ever, and he's always been there for me. He's always been the man that I've looked up to, not just as a best friend, also as a role model. Growing up, I remember even writing, I always wanted to copy the way you wrote, because even now, the way you write is so organized. Like, whenever I see your handwriting, I feel like there's a lot I need to do, because there are so many things I look up to, and even just your handwriting alone, I feel like I try to write like the way you write. So nice, very, very beautiful. And when it comes to the program you're talking about, it was a radio program, and I called in. It was to honor who your best friend or your best role model in life was. So it was to honor that person. So I wasn't sure I was going to get into it, and they were only selecting a few people for it. So I remember I called, and then I mentioned you, and immediately I was so happy. I wanted it to be a surprise, but obviously I had to let you know where we are going. And it was one of the best nights of my life. Even today, I still have that picture of my profile picture.
I saw it.
Yes, that picture. It was just one of the most wonderful nights. So when I was being given birth to, did they allow you to go to the labor ward, or you had to be elsewhere? Because in this time and where we are currently, the father usually goes into the labor ward, unless of course there's a particular reason they can't make it. So what was your experience on that?
Well, in those days and where you were born, this developed world, hadn't really come to that place. So they wouldn't allow a father to come to the labor ward. However, when you were born, as soon as so I was really standing around the window listening, and when you were born, the excitement was so great. I came to the door, and then the nurses welcomed me in to come and take a look at you, and you are so cute. And you when you were growing up, your mother was working somewhere else, and some of the time you had to come and be with me for a few weeks until your mother comes, and you are so heavy as a child. You are so healthy, and you never fell sick. You never gave me problem, actually. Even when it comes to homework, I inspect what you do, but you do it. I've not really been the one helping you to do the homework. I mean, you made me so proud about everything, and see you as that baby whom I love so much, and the way you've taken care of me. When you came back from the university, you used to cook for me and take care of me. My breakfast, my everything is of your utmost, concern. And so I'm so proud of you, Emma. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And yes, okay. So, like I said, because you were my role model, I remember when I was in primary school, my studying, everything was because of you, and I was always striving to be the first in class, just so that every year on the speech and prize giving day, my dad would be there when they are giving me my awards. And I was always so happy. I think my primary school, I didn't pay, I was on scholarship for a very long time, so many years, because of my academic excellence, and I owe it to you, I owe it to my mother as well.
Glory be to God.
Yes, yes, and I'm very excited about that. So I have a few questions here that some people wrote, and they want me to ask you, and also you can ask me questions also about myself. And I'll start first of all by, what is my favorite food?
Oh, it's garden egg and yam.
Yeah, exactly. So you're correct. Okay. How many children were you planning to have before you got married, or did you have any plans of getting children? How many? Maybe how many girls? How many boys?
Yes, I've always wanted girl for the firstborn, and I wanted 3 children. Okay. Because that will make sense. A saloon car takes 5 people.
Yes.
So your mother and I and 3 of you.
Exactly.
But after about 13 years gap or something.
Yeah, it was 13.
Yes. God brought another wonderful one who is such a joy. It's such a joy. And I'm so proud of him too. Today, he's in the medical school. I asked him, why do you want to be a dentist? He says that, Daddy, I want to put a smile in the faces of people. Aww. Some people don't have confidence, self-confidence, because of their dental, formula or issues. Yeah. And then, when at a particular time, I had one of my tooth or so extracted. Yeah. And the gap was so big. Yeah. And anytime I came on TV or anything such as that, I wasn't too happy at my face. He says, Daddy, I want to fix it for you. Oh,
yeah, speaking of our baby brother, our baby, the only baby that we have now, I quite remember that when Mama was pregnant with him, you have known that I always wanted a sister. As I always wanted a sister, so you came and told me that you are bringing me a sister, and her name is Barbara. From the US. From the US, and I was so excited. I started planning everything I'm going to do when I have my sister, because mind you, I had 2 brothers after, and I felt, I needed another feminine
to be braiding her hair.
To be braiding her hair. But so on the day that Mama gave birth, and then I was called and told, okay, congrats, Mommy has given birth now, you're a big sister. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then immediately, I was so happy. And then immediately, the next comment was that, oh, it was a boy. I almost cried. I got up and walked away. Oh. And the funny thing is, he became my best of...
And he looked like a girl.
He looked like a girl. His hair, do you remember his hair?
So beautiful.
He was so cute, so cute. I remember when my dad is not around, then I'll do a ponytail for him with ribbons.
Yes.
And then as soon as my dad is coming, then Mama will say, okay, Daddy's coming, remove it before Daddy comes to see what you have done.
Yes. So he has 11 years between him and the last one.
Who?
The third one.
Yes. And for me, I think it was 15, was it 15? 14, 15.
Yeah, I think so.
15 years,
yes.
15 difference. Years. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, the next question is, at what age did you start dating? This question is from your beloved dentist to be. He says, at what age did you start seeing Mama?
Well, the thing is that I had been a good boy. In secondary school, I was very serious with God. So never had the opportunity to really find myself engaged with ladies and so on. And then I was teaching then in a secondary school somewhere as the science master. But began to now contemplate about real marriage. So I went to a convention one day to go and preach. And that is where I met her. Apparently, I baptized her.
Oh, wow.
A group of about 300 young people who got converted. In 1983, I baptized them and never knew them again. Never saw them until 1985. when I went to preach in a convention somewhere. Then she came to see me and said, well, I didn't know her, but I baptized her. And she showed me the card, the baptism card. And then she told me, well, we want to go and wash your things for you. She came with a friend.
Oh, nice.
They took their things to go and wash, and when they came back, they could not come in. They were so scared. How were they coming to report to me what had happened? Apparently, they had bent my suit.
Why they were trying to iron it?
They were trying to iron and they bent it. So I told them, oh, no, don't worry at all. So I encouraged them and made it lighter for them. Then, after that particular one, I was still there one time when they came again to me and they were coming to prepare tea, breakfast in the morning. And in the process, broke the glass.
Oh!
Oh man, they were so embarrassed. But I went there and picked the broken pieces off the floor and gave them a hug and encouraged them, don't worry, and so on and so forth. So that ended. Now in 1986, December 23rd, to be specific, I went to talk to their senior pastor. That was in September. Do you know this lady? He says, oh yes, she's one of the best in the church. I said, I saw her at the convention and I was interested. Would you like to work at it for me? Because I was afraid. I didn't want to go tell somebody to be bounced. So he worked at it, went to see the mom, and they gave some approval. And so that is how it all happened. And by the grace of God, at about 25, 26 years, finally we tied a knot.
Wow, that was very early. Yes, because usually men wait till close to 30 or after 30 to get married.
Well, I was mature,
very
mature, and I was a teacher. And I had also at this time enrolled in the Bible school, the seminary. And I was a pastor, youth pastor. So I exhibited more maturity, ability to be able to manage another life, another woman, and so on in my life. But despite the fact that we married in December 23rd of 1986, we never had a baby until 1989, when my pretty princess actually came.
Wow, that's a wonderful story. Is there any special feature of her that attracted you to her? Because, I mean, even though we look at the spiritual aspect and other things, I feel like personally, if there's nothing physical at all, then it's a very funny or weird arrangement.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, you have one thing about me. While I was in school, although I was a science student, I also read fine art.
Okay.
So I can draw. I know what is beautiful. You know. So for me, apart from being spiritual and everything, a woman who is elegant, a beautiful woman, is so important to me, because I don't want to compare her. After marrying her, I don't want to compare her with another woman. You see someone else and wish that, oh my,
maybe I should have waited small.
a little bit. So this is so important to me that when I saw her, oh my, she was so cute and so pretty. So pretty. Oh, her eyes, oh, that's what even kills me. That's some beautiful eyes, you know. And when she looks into my eyes, oh my, she melts me.
Oh.
She had a beautiful dental formula, a very white teeth, you know, lined up like that. And when she smiles, oh, it's so pretty, you know. I love your mom. Your mom was a very beautiful woman, and I still continue to thank God for her life. No doubt you are very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
You have a lot of features like she's so calmly, very peaceful. That woman never had an enemy. She would never fight. She's so gentle, peaceful.
Yeah, that one is true.
And anytime I wasn't even happy about something, she's the one who encouraged me. You know, pray with me, and I love her so much.
I think me growing up, I think that you were the fire and she was the water. That was always quenching. So even if you are upset about something, she'll be the one to quench you, calm you down, put you.
Very much. I really bless God for your mother, because she made me who I am. You know, she has really contributed something unique into my personality, into my life, to shape me and make me to become what I am. Exactly. I really thank God for her life.
Exactly. She was very classy. She doesn't just wear everything or anyhow.
Your mother is decent, neat, very neat. You know, like how one of the things I'll tell you, it's interesting. This woman goes to the bathroom and she baths like 2 buckets, 3 buckets.
It's true. And then and by the time she finishes bathing, she will scrub the bathroom on top, the bathtub. So by the time she finishes, she has scrubbed the bathtub.
No.
And I was like, this is a lot of, and she will wash all her underwears while bathing.
No, she's unique. She's unique.
Yes. I know this question. You can't answer it, but I'm going to say because Ken said I should ask you.
Yes.
He said I should ask you who your favorite child is.
Oh.
I don't know why he would tell me to ask you this question.
All of you.
Exactly.
All of you are my favorite.
Exactly.
Everyone. All 4 of you.
Yes.
And my grandchildren. And now I have 2 lovely ones.
Yes.
I love all my children and all my grandchildren. All of you are my favorites.
Yes. Okay, so before I continue with the questions, one of my fondest memories of you, with you, is you teaching me how to swim for the first time, but in a tiny fish pond, which is for a fish, not for human beings. And I remember me and my siblings, we are flapping our legs like this, and
you know, I love fish. You know, having a small pond under the staircase, you know, of your building, and then trying to raise fish there.
Yes.
So I did this thing, which is just like maybe 5 feet by by 2 feet wide. You know, like an aquarium.
Yes.
So I can raise fish in it. And before I ever brought the fish, I thought, let me teach them how to swim in the aquarium. So when you go in, then I said, you know, be flapping your hands and your legs.
And it was so small that we can't even fully do this. So we have to be
interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. I had a very memorable childhood.
Yes.
And there are so many things I can never forget about my childhood. And I want to recreate those memories for my own children as well, so that in the future they can be able to remember things like this. And so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, thank you.
So you've traveled to so many places in this world. Which is your most favorite place? Which have you enjoyed the most?
I would really say that coming to you, although it's just few days ago, has been the most enjoyable place I ever found myself. I truly enjoyed it. I've traveled to many places, you know, different continents and so on, but none can compare.
Yay.
I really love it. I really love it because I came to meet my grandchildren and I sleep with one of the senior-most one in bed.
Yesterday he was poking you.
Those tiny legs poking me. That's the most interesting part of it. And then I lay my hands on him while he's sleeping. Oh my, it makes him sleep so deep. I pull the comforter, cover him halfway, you know. Oh, I enjoy grandchildren.
Yes, you are going to miss that very much when you leave. After you leave, you miss it, and then when they come back to Ghana one day, it's you they are going to be with the whole time.
Sure.
Yes. what did you have as a child that kids today do not have? Like anything that you had as a child growing up, there was something, it can be an experience or item, anything.
You know, when growing up, I came from a very poor family, very, very poor family. Um, my mother was a seamstress and my father was a private driver. You know, so we didn't have the privileges of having the comfort, the bicycles, the footballs, and those things that the children have today.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But although I was a child growing up and felt I didn't have any of these things, I have some joy in me, I have some peace in me. In fact, I got saved, born again at the age of 7 when my mother led me to the Lord. And so I became content with everything. And grew up loving the Lord, going to secondary school, being involved in scripture union. I've been like that till now. So I would say that I did not have that delinquent childhood, you know, days to remember. I was a bad boy, you know, and all of that. Now, today, the children of today are so blessed. They have everything. I remembered you, my children, is it bicycles or computers or phones or whatever, you have had it all. And I believe that the opportunity is here for you to even be happier than some of us were at this time. And I am praying that the children of today would take advantage of the things they now have to develop their lives and probably become better off than us, so that where some of us have ended would actually be their beginning. And this is the prayer and desire of every parent, that their child will take over the baton from where they have left off. You know, and one of the things that is enthusing me today is for you, my children. I am so proud of you, because the things that I have always longed for, I've longed for children, you know, coming to take good care of their parents, cook for you, you know, think about you. Although you are all young still, and I will say that by the grace of God, you are now beginning to, you know, find your footing in life. And so I've begun enjoying so much from you already. You know, you buy things and send to daddy, you know, you send money to daddy to enjoy, you know, my birthdays, you fix me up, organize for me to go to the spa, go to the restaurant. I'm so thankful for you people, and I'm looking forward for more Oliver Twist. That's more.
Exactly.
I'm always praying for you. Okay?
You need more. Yes.
I'm always praying for my children, that every one of you will make it and be happy, so that very soon I will just be traveling. I go and visit these children here, and then move from there, go and visit this one, and so on and so. I look forward to that. Look forward.
Speaking of your mother leading you to Christ, I remember on the 1st of October 2008, no, 2005, you baptized me in the water.
Yes.
You did my baptism for me. Yes, and I still remember that day till now, how we went, what we were sitting, we sat in the car, the way we moved into the water. It was just...
Yes, all three of you.
Yes, all three of us.
I really took you to the Labadi beach.
Yes.
You know, where I baptized all of you, because I wanted you to, you know, get soaked in the Lord. You know, God without, you know, we can think that on earth we are making some kind of strides, but without God we are a complete failure.
Exactly.
And I'm happy that I brought you people up in the Lord, introduced you to the Lord, and Bible says we should catch them, you know, train a child the way he must go, and when they grow they will not depart from it. I am very glad that none of you have departed and brought shame, you know, or reproach unto the name of God, and also disgrace unto your family.
So, when it comes to raising a child, what's the best advice you've ever received, and how did you apply that raising me?
raising children is an investment. Time invested in a child, building a relationship with the child, will make the child to have so much confidence in you that every difficulty they have, because of the way you have bonded, they will be able to share with you, so that you will guide them. And so for you, I think one of the things that has really helped me to bring you up the way you are, and I know you will never forget it, is the way I bonded with you. There wasn't anything like, I'm too busy, I don't have time for you. I went out to play with you, and I play with all your other siblings as well. Saturdays are usually play times. We play football.
And we have tennis tournaments.
Play a tennis tournament, you know.
And then I think Saturdays are when you boys will cook.
Yes.
Yes. So it's
that's one of the good things that I did, and Sicho, you know, Samuel. He loves cooking too. I love to cook. Sometimes I just told your mother, all of you should pack off, and let me cook. Then I get you, the children around, and we do what we have to do. And then after that, we drive out to town to buy ice cream.
Exactly. Sundays were my favorite days, because Sunday, first of all, after church, we will either pass by the kebab seller, or we'll pass by Southern Fried Chicken and buy, or papaya, fish rice.
Yes, fish rice.
Before we go home, or
sausage,
we buy,
cocaine.
yes, or corn. On the way before we go. And then we go home, we have lunch. In the evening, we drive back to Osu.
Go buy ice cream.
Frankie's. Steers. Steers. I think it's no more, they don't operate anymore. Sundays were my favorite days. So I was always looking forward to Sundays.
After church.
After church, exactly. Even going to church, it was very lovely, because in the morning, we leave home early, and then when we get to church, we go get wache to eat, and I love that wache so much. And then we'll eat it before church service will start, and after church service, you know that okay, this is going to happen. So it was a very wonderful childhood.
I had time for all of you, and I'm happy I did.
Yes. So I'm very happy to. Sadly, we have to end this video. But I think it was a very wonderful video. I enjoyed catching up with you, and I enjoy being your child. Even now, even though I'm also old, I have my own children, I still enjoy being your child, and I wouldn't have it any other way than to continue to be your child. And I'm proud to have you as my father, and I'll keep making you proud. I'll do my best to make you proud. And to make you the grandfather that you deserve also.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
Live my life like it's my last day. Live my life like it's my last day. So I'm gonna live my